24. The discovery and exploration of the derelict ship. The trio sees a large derelict ship on the horizon and begins to approach it. The sets for the derelict were large and expensive, so Ridley Scott filmed many scenes of exploring the derelict from the outside and inside. However, very few of these shots made it into the final film. It is noteworthy that Kane's enthusiasm to explore the unknown vessel is highlighted, and later Dallas also refers to Kane's irresistible opportunities for exploration. This may refer to previous bonus theme.
Line for light. We have now approached the base, which I don't mean to be lighthearted, but it looks like a giant lamb roast left over.
All right.
We have reached the entrance of the left part of the two entrances.
Dallas.
I can't see the end of what looks like a long...
Well, I think we should try. If we've got this far, we must go on. I think we must go on.
All right, we're now proceeding.
Ridley Scott planned with H.R. Giger to bypass the final screenplay for some scenes from the original screenplay. One of these scenes is the Xenomorph mural scene. Dallas, Kane, and Lambert find a mural in the derelict ship depicting the Xenomorph's reproductive cycle and stylized images of the facehugger emerging from the egg, subduing the host, and later the chest burster emerging from them. Giger completed the mural for the shoot, and some shots of the scene were made. However, Ridley Scott left them out of the film because he feared the mural would spoil the upcoming scenes and plot of the movie. There has been no publicly available material from this scene. A similar scene was included in Prometheus movie. 26. One of the most striking scenes in the film is when the trio discovers the space jockey and the massive chamber where it sits in its chair. At the same time, the trio notices a large hole protruding outward from the space jockey's chest. In the novel, Dallas also finds a radio transmitter and an empty egg in the space jockey chamber. 27. Another scene designed by Ridley Scott and H.R. Giger, which followed the original 1976 screenplay, was to bring the space jockey's head to the Nostromo for examination. In the original screenplay, the head was intended to serve as evidence of the place found, but in the final Alien film, the head had no plot purpose. Therefore, the scene was completely omitted. A remarkably similar scene was included in Prometheus later on. 28 Original version. One of the biggest changes and exceptions in the entire Alien story between the different versions was the egg silo scene. This scene is one of the most famous deleted scenes from the movie because it shows the original location of the Xenomorph eggs. According to the original screenplay and early versions of the film's script, the crew does not find the eggs in the abandoned ship, but in a separate structure. The crew finds nothing on the abandoned ship except Space Jockey, and they return to the Nostromo. On the way back, they notice a pyramid-like structure on the horizon and compare it to the triangular symbol that Space Jockey scratches into the console when it dies, The crew decides to go explore the pyramid structure. They cannot find the entrance at the base of the large structure. They find the entrance at the top of the pyramid, which is covered by a thin membrane covering. Kane cuts through the pavement and descends into the pit below, eventually finding himself in the cave. The cave is decorated with intricate hieroglyphs and a stone altar in the center where the eggs were kept. The scene would have continued as in the final film. Ridley Scott would have liked to shoot the scene, but due to budget constraints, the film studio did not allow 2 alien locations on LV-426. Therefore, the separate egg silo scene was combined with the derelict ship as seen in the final film. The egg silo scene is extremely important to the overall plot of the Alien movie. It would give an explanation and backstory to the space jockey's fate, and the Nostromo explorer's plot would be more logical. When the egg silo is on a derelict ship, as it is in the movie, it raises several plot weaknesses and discontinuities. In the movie Prometheus, there is a scene done a bit in egg silo style, respecting H.R. Geiger's egg silo concept. However, the scene does not follow the original egg silo plot. 28. Film version. In the final film, the derelict ship also contained a storage place for the eggs. Like the other large sets, the egg chamber was a vast and costly set in the film, and it was also an essential scene. Kane's descent into the egg chamber was only partially shown in the original footage. Here is the scene with the deleted shots.
Huh? Bottomless pit.
I think we should go down it, yes?
Well, this is your big chance.
Huh? Well, I'm willing.
Be my guest.
Hey.
All right, be careful now. Kane, listen. Don't unhook yourself under any circumstances and be out of there in 10 minutes. You got that?
Yes, Scholar.
All right, come on.
Aye,
Be
Captain.
careful.
Okay.
Here we go. You okay down there? You okay down there? Can you see anything?
I don't know, a cave. A cave of some sort, but I don't know, but it's like the goddamn tropics in here.
Ridley Scott filmed numerous takes of Kane as he discovers and examines the eggs. However, only a minimal amount of footage made it into the final film version. For example, Kane displaying his weapon was omitted from the final version. Although the crew of the Nostromo had weapons, they are not shown in the final film version. The reasons for this have not been disclosed publicly, but it is assumed that the inclusion of weapons would have altered the power dynamics between the crew and the alien, potentially changing the dynamic of the film entirely. Additionally, in the original film, there was minimal exploration of Kane's examination of the eggs and the environment from his point of view. Ridley Scott filmed many shots from Kane's POV. After the facehugger attaches to Kane, in the original film, the scene cuts very quickly. In the novel, the whole egg chamber is described differently than in the movie. It is accessed via a very tall, narrow vertical shaft. In the egg chamber, the eggs are placed all over the walls as well as the floor. In the novel, Kane also fights a facehugger who has to work past the helmet to get to Kane's face. 29. As Kane descends into the egg chamber, Ripley realizes that the message is not a request for help, as the crew previously suspected, but a warning about the location. Ripley tells this to Ash and wants to pass the information on to the explorers. Ash says there is no connection. Ripley plans to go to the derelict ship to share this information, but Ash manages to talk Ripley out of it.